So guys, hello and welcome to this new video on my channel. My name is Seyshi and today I want to show you the best team for beginners in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. If you want to see more content like that, I would really appreciate the like and the follow, and now have fun with the video. Okay, as you can just see in the background, I'm having an empty team right here for you all to put in every player step by step. I'm going to explain you where to get these characters. I'm going to explain you why which character is on which position, and let's not talk that much. Let's instantly start with the goalkeeper position. And for the goalie position, there are two characters that I can really recommend you. One of them I'm still using in my main team, as you can see at the level. He's a really amazing character, but Mark is also a very strong option. Mark and King are both obtainable from the Chronicle mode at the very first match. Both are having solid goalie abilities. As an example, Marcus having 2 Fireball Knuckle and God Hand. Not the world or something, but for the begin it's very solid. But in my opinion, King got a little bit better options. Why? Because King has 2 abilities of his own fire type. And the type is very important in this game, because it always boosts your special moves for 25%. That's why I like King a little bit more, because as you can see, Mark is only having 1 Earth ability, God Hand, and he's an Earth ability character. And Fireball Knuckle is obviously a fire ability, so I recommend you King for the begin more. But both are a very solid option for the begin in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. So let's instantly start with the 2 center backs of the team. And in my opinion, Jack Wallside and Bobby are a very solid duo for the center backs. These 2 you can also just recruit after the first match in the Chronicle mode. Maybe not on legendary, but what I need to tell you right now, this is only for beginners. So when I'm putting legendary characters in right now, you don't need legendary characters. I already made up some guides on my YouTube channel how to grade these characters up later on without starting a completely new character. You could also just use a blue Jack or a blue Bobby in the defense, because you can grade them later on up. As an example, I made the guide about this in my YouTube channel, just check it out if you want. And why am I putting these 2 as a center back? Because as you can see, these 2 are having a block ability. You can see it on the left of the 360 on the volcano card of Bobby. And for the 2 center backs, a blocking ability is very important. When an enemy takes a shot and you don't have anyone that can block a shot as a defender, it's not good. That's why I can recommend you to use these 2 with blocking abilities in the defense. Also, all in all, 2 characters with pretty solid stats, I would say. So these 2 are an amazing duo for the center backs in the begin. So now we are coming to the outline defenders, and there I also have 2 options for you that are very amazing. That are these 2 characters, Kirino and Fubuki. Because wow, what these 2, I'm also using both in my main team as defenders, and what these 2 are cutting off is really crazy. When you get Kirino, even in the blue state or something, at the begin of the go route, so it's a little bit later, that's why I'm going to show you another option in a few. But when you pull Kirino, even as a blue character or something, he's already having Brunhilde and Mix and Match Joan. This is already very important for a defender, so not important, but it's helping you out a lot to win a close 1v1 with the L2 zone or something. That is very amazing. Very helpful. Now you think like, okay, why Fubuki? He's a striker, but he's also having 2 options at this point. He's one time having a card in the defender state and one time the card in the forward state. But to be honest, even the card in the forward state is very amazing. Okay, let me just put the legendary Fubuki in real quick for the abilities to show them to you. He's also having Land of Ice and Eternal Blizzard. But if I'm honest with you, Eternal Blizzard is not the really good ability for a striker, especially when it's only 1 ability. I'm still not having the beans changed or something from him, so he's having a lot of kick. But if you would equip beans on him for defending, he's also doing a very good job as a defender, especially on the outer lines, because he can also dribble, and this is also very amazing for a defender. But if the go route is still too far away for you to use Kirino, I can just recommend you that you could use Nathan as well on this position, because Nathan, he's not having a defensive ability or something, but on the outer lines with his dribblings, he's very amazing. So for the outer lines as a defender, Nathan is also very good. So Kazemaru. Now we are coming to one of my favorite players, to be honest, and this character is Frody. Wow, is this guy amazing. Some people say, okay, he's only able to use in the front. He's not good as a legendary character, but wow, this man is even as a defender, so on a defending position, really amazing. You can also just equip him a defensive ability when you use him as a legendary. I'm just equipping him right now for you to see his legendary abilities, and he's having God knows and heaven time. Now you think like, why should I use him on the 6th, so on the defensive position? And now I'm telling you why. How I already said, you can just equip the defensive ability on him. As you can see in the Abi learn board, you can just equip a defensive ability on him after reaching level 43, and this is also very helpful, even if his stats are a little bit more for a striker, or not for a striker, but for an offensive midfielder. He's also working very good as a defender. You could also put Nathan on this position right here, but I just prefer Frody because this man is really amazing. The next two characters I'm showing you are also very special characters. You get them instantly at the beginning at the go route, and this is very sick because this duo in the midfield is just mwah. These two are really amazing, especially as offensive midfielders, because when we check their abilities now, a legendary, also a blue Ricardo or something, he can use Maestro and Nobunaga. With Heel Flick, you can change it later on with new possibilities, but with Heel Flick, he's got the dribble ability, that's alright. Fortissimo is a solid shot, but Maestro also got an ability with a crazy shot. So he's good in dribbling, he can call a spirit, he can mix and match, and he's really having a great shot ability. Also very solid. And then we have Arian. He's not having a shooting ability, but one mix and match and also one fighting spirit, and wow, this dude is just coming across every player when you equip him with your beams on technique and control. This dude is getting past everyone. Ricardo got a little bit more kick, but Arian got more control and technique. And when you equip him on control and technique completely, and even on some intelligence, it's just wow, it's game over for the enemy, because this duo in the midfield is amazing. There are also no two other options I can recommend you, but using a Frody as an example instead of Ricardo if you don't have Ricardo at this point, because they are obtainable at the beginning of the go route. And now we are just coming to one of my favorite players that I even only have as the top player, but this man is really scoring goal after goal, especially at the begin. At the begin I did use him for like 10-20 hours or something into the game, because this man was just scoring goal after goal, and this is really amazing. He's having a good dribble ability, he's having two crazy shot abilities, and just check his kick stats out. 235 as a top player at level 84 without beans equipped is crazy. So for the begin I can only recommend you to use Guenji, because you get him very fast, he's very simple to use. You can just score goals with him, so this is very amazing. I'm also not talking about passives or something, because this video is just for the beginner team and passives is a little bit more advanced. I'm also going to do videos about that in the future, so make sure to leave a follow to always stay updated. But wow, what Guenji is capable of is really crazy. But now we are coming to my, I would not say favorite striker duo, but a very amazing striker duo. And the striker duo I'm talking about is Shu and Hakuyu. Wow. Even as blue characters, Hakuyu is having white Wyvern, so he can call a cash-in with an amazing shot ability, and he can also mix and match, if I remember. Yeah, he can mix and match. I just did put it out right now in the Abilan bot, but he can also mix and match. Shu can just also call a cash-in. Hakuyu I really play in my main team, and you can get him after the first match instantly, and this is just amazing. Because there are no other characters that have cash-ins equipped that fast and easy in the story mode. So you need to do nothing. Even the green, the blue, purple, all of these versions from Shu and Hakuyu are having a cash-in. The Shu is not having a mix and match equipped, but Hakuyu is also having a mix and match. And this is very amazing for a beginner striking duo. So now we are coming to the valid options on my bench right now. As you can see, I'm having some players equipped right now. How I already told you, Nathan is a very solid option. So you could play your team like that as an example. Nathan on this position right here and a Frody on this position. You could also just whip Kazuya or Jude in, because these two are also very amazing characters at this point. Jude is very offensive with just the dribble ability and the shooting ability. Same with Kazuya, so Eric Eagle, he's also having a solid shooting ability and also a solid dribbling ability, but I would just say that Tenma and Rick are the best option to play it like that. In the offense, you could also just swap some other characters in, like as an example, if you don't like Hakuyu or Shu, don't know why you should say something like that, but Samford is also a very solid option, and Gran is as well a very solid option, because you can get Gran at the end of the Inazuma 11 route and Samford also instantly after the first match, if I remember right. And these two are also solid strikers. And Para Penguin number 2, I think Gran is having Southern Cross and Meteor Blade in the legendary version, so these two are also very solid options for the forward. But I think how it's now right here, it's just the best option right now. If you use Mark or Genda, so King, it's not really a big difference, but I just think King, in my opinion, is the better one because of the elements. And yeah, this right here is my beginner team I can recommend you to use at the beginning of Inazuma 11 Victory Road. But if you already have the story done, you could also just play it like that, because Sakurazaki is also an amazing striker, Kodokai is an amazing defender, and if you don't want to wait until you can get onto the go route, you can also just use Kodokai, also a very solid defender instead of Kirino. Gayu is, in my opinion, when you have him on legendary, one of the best goalkeepers in the game as well. So if you have the story done, you could also just play it like that. But that's the beginner team I would recommend you, and if I was able to help you like that, I would really appreciate the like and the follow, and now see you next time. Your Seyshi. Goodbye.